Mm-hmm. Well, Shane, hey, before we go around the league, we got some great comments from all across the SEC. I thought, with these training camps, believe it or not, they're winding down already.
Yeah.
Tennessee just had their second scrimmage. We're going to talk about it in just a moment here, but I've got a list of about 10 newcomers across the SEC that I'm hearing buzz about in training camp. And some of these names made themselves known in spring football as well, and it's just carried over to training camp. So, you ready to talk about some breakout candidates in the SEC?
Oh my gosh, I thought you'd never ask. This is my favorite topic going into fall. So yes, let's talk about the breakouts. We should have like an intro for this thing.
Thanks for assigning me more work, brother.
Oh, no intro. That's your intro.
All right, starting at Alabama, I think this is a name, no surprise to the Crimson Tide fans after he was such a standout in the spring game, but freshman receiver Ajay Hall, and I think he is someone, based on what I'm hearing, is going to make an instant impact for the Alabama Crimson Tide and Bill O'Brien's system down there. So, you still got John Mechie, you still got Billingsley, the outstanding tight end, but there's a lot of catches and plays to be made on that Alabama offense this season, and I think the freshman Ajay Hall is going to slide right in there, may even start for the Crimson Tide before long. So he's the one I'm really hearing about, along with not really a newcomer, but someone we've yet to see on the field. I keep hearing a ton about Trey Sanders, and as he finally is looking healthy heading into a season, look for Sanders and Ajay Hall to be two breakout candidates for the Crimson Tide.
What kind of, just curious, I've heard the name Hall, but I've not watched any film on him. So what kind of tangibles is he? What kind of size is this guy? Is he more of a slot receiver, or is he a big time, outside threat, or what's he look like?
Yeah, he kind of, I hate to even throw these comparisons because people think now I'm saying this guy's going to be a, NFL performer, all SEC, but he kind of reminds me of AJ Green, like a tall, lengthy receiver that he can beat you with speed certainly, but I don't think speed is necessarily his game. More of a weapon. You're going to throw the ball up to him, and he's going to be the one that comes down with it.
Man, you hear all them Tide fans moving to the edge of their seat right now. They got AJ Green on that team. What?
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to put those kind of comparisons on a freshman. You know what?
Love it. Love it.
Now for the Arkansas Razorbacks, one guy that I keep hearing great things about, running back AJ Green. Running back.
Wait, is that his name?
I swear I did not make the comparison with Hall because of this, but yeah, he's from I believe he's from Oklahoma. They really need a number 2 running back to emerge there, and not only do I think that could be Green, but he's going to make an impact on special teams as a returner too, I believe. So if you're an Arkansas Razorback fan looking for a number 2 behind Traylon Smith, I think that guy is going to be Green.
Okay. Now, I don't want to compare him to anybody, but I mean, are we talking a
man? I don't got
guy?
a comparison for every one of these guys, but
I know, but
he's a speed demon. I mean, I think he ran like a 10.8 100 meters. I mean, this guy is quick as hell.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Just like a quick. We don't need the whole story, Mike. We just need a synopsis of what you're talking about. Is this kid shifty, or is he going to run people over? That's what I want to know.
I got you. No, and I think that's just going to make him a natural fit for this offense that goes quick as hell. You know what?
Yeah, man. Pass catcher? Just throwing that out? Huh?
We'll find out.
Okay, all
right, Auburn. Now, I think this is someone we've been hearing a ton about.
AJ Green.
No, sir, the Vanderbilt transfer, Donovan Kaufman. So he played some safety there for Vanderbilt before he went down to injury. Now it sounds like he's going to shift inside, maybe be a nickel back. But I think, he's really got a leg up, so to speak, already playing for Derek Mason. He's going to know multiple positions in that secondary. I expect to see Donovan Kaufman on the field immediately for the Auburn Tigers. And while he's not a true freshman, he's only played, I believe, 2 games at Vanderbilt, but still a newcomer for the Tigers. And I think he might be one of their better players in the secondary this year.
Yeah, the only phone call Derek Mason made when he left. So,
all right, how about this name? Let's I've been hearing so much buzz about Georgia receiver A.D. Mitchell, waiting for there's balls to be caught now with Pickens out and Arik Gilbert. We don't know his status, if he's going to play to start the season or if at all. So Georgia's got plenty of options, but A.D. Mitchell is a guy that going back to spring and now coming into training camp, just hearing so much about. This was a guy that Lane Kiffin found, and they got him. I think they had him committed at one point, but when Kirby picks up the phone and his University of Georgia, I believe they were able to steal him away from the Ole Miss Rebels, and that had to have broken Lane Kiffin's heart that day. You know what?
Oh, yeah. He got an alert when he found out. He's like, wait, Kiffin's after who? Sign him up. Get him on the phone.
All right, for the Kentucky Wildcats, I mean, there's really only one option here, and we've talked about this guy at length, but he's lived up to the billing, and that's got to be Wandell Robinson, the transfer in from Nebraska, where, I think this is going to be a deal where, I don't want to put too much praise on him, but I think he's going to lead the team in catches and receiving yards and total yards. And I mean, he's going to play all over the field. And if he's utilized properly, I think he's going to be an all SEC type performer for the Kentucky Wildcats in their new offense.
Okay. So jack of all trades. Now, is this a big guy, small guy? What? Anything?
He's kind of a smaller, shiftier. He's going to be a slot receiver, which is something they desperately need there in Lexington right now.
I like it.
All right, how about LSU? Two guys standing out here, both from the same position. We've talked at length about Mason Smith, so I thought that was a little bit too obvious, the freshman that's wearing number 0 on the defensive line. So I didn't want to go with Mason Smith, even though I'm hearing good things. But Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, where I think they're two receivers where, LSU's got Keyshawn Butte, who may be one of the best receivers in the country this year. But and while they have guys like Jeray Jenkins behind them, they really need some other guys to step up if they're really going to go back to the Joe Brady style offense to where they can go 4 and 5 wide at all times. They need some of these young guys to step up. They brought in about 4 or 5 freshman receivers, and according to what I'm hearing, Neighbors and Thomas here are the best of the bunch. So I think they're going to get a lot of run this year in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what kind of NIL deals Butte's receiving down there. I mean,
plenty on Instagram, if I had to guess. You know what? All right, jumping down to South Carolina. Of course, we've mentioned this name a number of times, but I really like to not go completely off hype, but go off what's happening on the practice field and buzzing the facility there. And everything I'm hearing, E.J. Jenkins, the 6'7" receiver / tight end, is living up to the hype. And now that it looks like Jason Brown may be the starting quarterback week 1 for the South Carolina Gamecocks here, he's obviously already played with E.J. Jenkins. So I think E.J. Jenkins is a guy that's really going to live up to the hype for the Gamecocks this season.
Did you say 6'7"?
Yes, sir. He's a beast. He's a legit 6'7". I mean, I don't know how you're going to stop him near the red zone. You know what?
Man, I'll tell you what, Luke, when he gets back out there, he's got him a target, don't he?
All right, this one's for you.
Hell, you can't overthrow that one.
All right, this one's for you, Shane. Tennessee Vols. 2 guys here. Byron Young, the pass rusher. Continue to hear great things. We just had Ben McKee on the show last week talking up everything that we saw in the spring. That has translated to the fall. So look for Byron Young to be, Tennessee's probably their best pass rusher this season. And then the guy that we didn't get to see in the spring, but comes with a ton of hype and has lived up to it from all indications, is the running back, Tion Evans. Number 1 rated junior college running back. The running back coach, Jerry Max, out here saying he kind of reminds him of Terrell Davis, the former Georgia legend that, of course, went on to become NFL MVP. So, certainly when you get that type of praise from your position coach, Tion Evans is the real deal.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot. Of course, obviously, I've seen these videos, but I've seen a lot of hot videos coming out from this kid. So he's looking pretty damn good, Mike.
All right, two more. Texas A&M. Continue to hear the buzz about Euclid Brown. I was on TexAgs last week and said the same thing, and then they were saying he was starring at practice this week. So Texas A&M needs a speedy receiver on the outside to emerge this season. You know, they do have Caleb Chapman coming back. They've got Demas, the former 5-star. So they've got some options. But the one that I continue to hear standing out is Euclid Brown. So he was not he was a 4-star, but he was not one of the highest rated guys they signed in the last class. But look for him to make an impact immediately for the Aggies, and that would just be huge for the new quarterback they got coming in. And then last but not least, Vanderbilt, Allen Wright, a defensive back, and he's going to return kicks as well for the Commodores. And he is actually the younger brother of Mike Wright, the quarterback. So I'm hearing a lot of good things about Allen Wright, and we all know Vanderbilt, they're going to need some of these guys they just signed to come in and make an instant impact. And look for Allen Wright to see the field early and often there in Nashville.
Especially at kick returning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.